Hello, barn owls and little owls. Our core text this week is called The Growing Story. It's by Ruth, Krauss and Helen, Oxenbury. And Helen Oxenbury did all the beautiful illustrations or pictures in We're Going on a Bear Hunt. And it's all about this little boy and his puppy. A boy and his puppy and some chicks were all very little. The days grew longer, the nights grew shorter, the grass grew faster, the flowers grew higher, and leaves grew big on the trees. The little boy said to the puppy and the chicks, "We're growing too." The air was growing warmer. The little boy and his mother planted corn seeds in the field. His mother said, "We'll put away your warm woolen clothes, and when summer is over, you'll put them on again." They folded up his warm clothes, put them away in a box. They folded up his warm coat and put it away in the box. And the little boy climbed on the stool and put the box on a shelf. The corn grew. Blossoms grew on the orchard trees. Lilacs bloomed by the barn. Remember, blooming is when things are flowering. The chicks grew taller, the puppy grew taller, and the little boy said, "You both grew taller." He said to his mother, "They both grew taller. I don't feel taller." And he asked her, "Am I growing too?" "Oh, yes, of course," his mother replied. Little pears grew on the orchard trees. Little ears grew on the corn. The grass grew still faster. The chicks grew still taller. The puppy grew still taller. The little boy looked in a mirror. He said to his mother, "The chicks have grown taller than my knee. The puppy has grown taller than my middle. I don't look taller." He asked her, "Are you sure I'm growing?" And his mother replied, "Of course you're growing." The honeysuckle bloomed. The roses bloomed. The corn grew as high as a man. The pears were ripening. The chicks grew tallest again. The puppy grew still taller again. The little boy went alone and sat by the side of the barn. He looked at the grass and the flowers. He looked at the trees and the corn. He looked at the puppy and he looked at the chicks. He said, "Everything is still growing. I can see they're growing." He asked, "Can I really be growing too?" Summer was growing to its end. The ripe pears fell. The days grew shorter. The nights grew longer again. And the grass grew slower again. When the leaves grew red and yellow and brown, summer was over. The corn was over. No flowers bloomed on the side of the barn. The chicks had grown up. The chicks were chickens. The chickens were nearly up to the boy's middle, the same size that the puppy was. The puppy had grown up. The puppy was not a puppy anymore. The puppy was a dog. The dog was nearly up to the boy's head. The little boy looked at the chickens and the dog. "You've both grown up. I haven't grown up. I'm still little," the little boy said. The air had grown colder. The little boy's mother said, "We'll take out your warm woolen clothes and put them on again." The little boy climbed on the chair and took down the box from the shelf. They took out his warm trousers out of the box and unfolded them. They took out his warm coat from the box and unfolded it. The little boy put on his warm trousers again and looked in the mirror. Oh, my trousers are too tight. The legs are too short, he said. What's happened? He put on the warm coat again and looked in the mirror. My coat is too tight. The sleeves are too short. Strange. He put on his cap, went out into the yard. He turned a somersault. He threw his cap in the air. Hey, the little boy said to the chickens and the dog, my trousers are too little. My coat is too little. Because I'm growing too. And look at his amazing somersault. Do you know, you're growing too. I've got a bit of a challenge for you this week. So if you have a look at the maths learning, find out what it is. I'll be back with another story soon as I can. But for now, missed you lots. I hope you had a lovely, lovely half-term holiday. Oscar had a nice time. He didn't jump on the bed.